Well, these are the kind of charts you like to see. Look at this. All right, right here. Picture. This is what we want to see. Could be a spicy entry. Have those levels ready, guys. This is absolutely a top watch for me at market open. I mean, this is already in these two candles 20%. This stock was on the watch list today. We are up 50% from that watch list entry. And what was beautiful about this one is, would you look where it bounced? We're green, baby. We are green this morning. This is how you make money. That's 28% in 3 minutes. I mean, can't get any easier than that, right? What's going on, everybody? It's Amma Jammy here. Welcome to our YouTube live trading every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, same time and same place. We're going to get started in just 1 minute. Make sure some people get in here and we'll get started from there. Let me think. Tuesday mornings, I always start a little slow. I'm not used to live trading. I have a couple days off. I'm like, all right, let's get in that swing of things again. So let's chatter on through here. We're going to pop up that SPY first like we always do. And we will go from there. For all my YouTube or all my Discord peoples, unfortunately, the Discord portion of this trading will not be happening today. I have a couple things going on I have to take care of this morning. I will be putting some alerts out of course, like always. I never miss that. But due to that, I will put a little extra time here on the YouTube part, and we'll immediately jump into options at market open, try to find a couple plays right away and go from there. So let me kick out, of course, like usual. Let's delete everything on this chart and we will get started. All right. Here we go. We're kind of flat. We're down about a point, 395. 395 has been a major level for a very, very, very long time. You pop on this chart right here and we look at that 395 level and we can see very clearly how this is a major level all the way across. So that's interesting to me, but we're going to start with our 15-minute chart like we always do. Check out some levels. Immediately, we see our triple top here, lower highs, actually quad top. I don't know if that wick's valid or not. Is that a 7 o'clock wick, 8 o'clock wick? Yeah, it is. So it's not necessarily a valid wick, but we have 4 other touch points on this side. And on the uptrend side, let's check out what we have here. All right, so we can see we also have this right here. So those are our 2 lines we're kind of looking at. We've got this weird ascending wedge going on. Not quite ascending because we do have lower highs throughout it, but it is definitely a very, very flat wedge. And what I mean by that is not a lot of volatility within it. A lot of uptrend, however. So if we extend this line out, here we go. So we've got, this is immediately what we're looking at, guys. We got a couple things we're looking at. All right. So I'm going to pop a line across here. The first thing we're definitely looking at is straight across this top right here, this double top from yesterday, right at the beginning of market open. So that's the area we're watching. And if we do break over that area, we don't have too much in our way up until, over 400, 401 and then the 402.49. But in reality, if we can break and hold that area, what I'm expecting to see is up in this area here, us eventually come and test this area this week. So that's kind of what I'm watching right here. I'm making it a little thicker so you guys could see it. Let me pop this on. I'll put it on the 4 and we'll do green on this. So this is kind of what the area we're looking at long-term to touch. This is the trend we're in, even though we've had some heavy resistance throughout. We haven't really been able to break that area, but as you can see, if we extend this line out, it's pretty major support and resistance area, right about where we're at now, the wick high pre-market, that area. So what's our plan for today? What's our thoughts for the SPY? Let's get some levels. And anyone who's part of the Discord on Fridays, make sure you check out. I've been putting these little lists up once a week. We've done it like the last 3 or 4 weeks of some level to watch for Monday. And we used that on Netflix yesterday and absolutely crushed 150% trade out the gate. So those type of setups and being ready to trade are extremely important. All right, so if we come back in full stream here, so on our bearish side, we're looking at these wicks. We've been picking up. We did hit our lowest low of pre-market was hit recently in the last 20 minutes or so, and we've got this wick low area here. So what we would want to see at market open is an immediate dump and loss of that 395.50 area and a retest before that sell-off. I want to see us with the retest below 395 flat for that bearish entry. That's what we like to see there. And then on the bullish side for our quicker entry, we've got this trend line here. All right. That's immediately what I'm looking for. And we've got a couple different things going on. We've got this trend line here. We've got the shorter term trend line here. And then we've got our longer term trend line with our green line way up there. So we've got 3 different immediate thoughts here. Our first one's going to be with the impulsive break and hold above, around that 396.40 area. Pick it up as a hold here for that uptrend and then play the calls on the way up, or at the rejection of this trend line. Your riskier put entry could be right there. So long story short, let's look for these calls over 396.28-ish area. That's about where I'm looking at for the calls, or at least that test. All right, so we're make that green. We're making this one red here because this is our put entry. And then remember, within these, with a pickup of support if we bounce at that red line and then pick up support, I like us back over, say, 395.70 for calls if we come down and test 395 first. All right. So that's the area I like for that particular area. And this one I dot, and we'll put a green here. And same thing on the uptrend as well. So if we hit resistance around that 396.30, 396.40 area that I would like for that call entry, and we come back down, I would say below 396 flat would be my put entry on the rejection. So again, these dotted lines are for rejection at our call and put area. It is not call and put entries. I hope you guys understand the difference on that. So something like this. All right, make it super simple for you guys. So if we uptrend at market open, but we hit our head at that call entry level, once we cross below the red line, that's where we take the puts. And the opposite here, if we pick up support at our put entry, we would take the calls back up over this area here. And then between these areas, we're not really touching much. That's the simplest way to put. Oh, didn't mean to grab that. I don't want a pitchfork. And then I'm not taking much of anything within this area here. This is a do not touch zone. So that's what we're looking at for the SPY. That's our levels for today. For continuation levels for a little bit longer term, I'll lost that area with the puts. I mean, once we lose 395 flat, I mean, realistically, 393.75 is a realistic area to watch. And on the uptrend, once we break over, say, 397.50 to 397.75, we're looking for that 398.75 pretty easily. And then past then, we get into a kind of a bullish zone where we're looking if we can fill out this trend pattern we've been in for a couple weeks here. All right, let's get to the top watches of the day. We have BMEA first, which is starting to pull back. It's pulled back a little deeper than I want to see it pull back. Of course, if we put a little bit of a fibs on there, we have pulled back further than that 25%. Immediately, let's put our yellow line at our golden fibs from our breakout. We know that our fibs golden zone is yellow. So I'm just going to keep that on, and then we'll go from there. So what we're looking at this area here is we want to see that pull back to that area, or we want to see this strong break from our bull flag. This is technically a bull flag. So at this price here, I would like the entry over $24. All right, that's what I'm looking at here, but I don't want to see that on an exhaustion candle, of course. What was our peak candles? 103. I'd love to see a volume of, in the first minute, I want to see a volume of 100K, our first candle. And in the first 5 minutes, I'd like to see 250K. If we can see that, I think we could continue on and have some nice movement throughout the day today. We do not have a small float on this one. Not huge, 20 million, nothing terrible. All right, BRDS. We have this little wedge. We're wedging up on the 1 minute chart. So that's immediately the first thing I'm watching here. We're setting up for an impulsive move coming out of that wedge. And then we could actually extend this line all the way down because this was a trend line support. All right, let's see what else we have here when we pop on the 5 minute. So we have a few different levels. We are stair stepping up here. So we're going to identify a couple of these levels. We got this level and this level. So we've got a couple different scenarios here, and I'm going to give you both scenarios. Our first scenario is going to be that impulsive break over that wick high 20.207, so almost 21 cents, 0.207. So our entry there would be right at that break of wick high at 0.2075. That would be our first entry. That's our impulsive break entry above wick high. And then our second setup would be to come down and test the support here, and then take that entry in that area. If we were to do that, excuse me, didn't mean to do that. If we were to do that, then and come down and bounce off that support line, I would want to see that bounce us come below 18 cents, and then take that entry at about 0.182. So right about here would be our entry off the bounce for a bullish entry. All right, and then same thing here. With the second level, the deeper level where we come all the way down and we bounce off that second support zone. Same exact thing. If we come down and we do bounce off that area here, I would want to see a break of 16.5 cents before we would take our entry. So those are the three areas I would consider taking the entry on this play. I'm not wanting to take it unless we take those strong bounces off of our lower trend line, which is here around 15.5 cents. Or our 17.25 cents around 0.1725 right here, and then that break above, or our impulsive break. Those are 3 zones where we can play that all 3 different ways. I will keep an eye on this one as we set up for the day, and we'll go for. Oh, excuse me. All right, there we go. Sorry, I accidentally opened up the YouTube stream and I heard myself talking in my ear. All right, let's keep going. BDRX had a really nice push at market open here. This is one we've played a few times. Let me get rid of this older fibs here, and we'll go from there. This is a very old fibs, it looks like. Put the daily on for that one. All right, we're at 28. There goes my alarm. Spread this out so I can get rid of this fibs. I don't even know where this is from. It's not letting me get rid of it, though. I can't find the, there we go. There we go. All right. All right. All right. So on this one specifically, what are we looking at here? The support, this resistance support zone right here is the first thing I'm looking at. It has played a couple times today as bounce point, which is most recent as well. I mean, let me see what our volume is looking like on this one. I need to pull my order book up too for market open. We already have a 74.5 cent major sell wall, about 3,400 shares right now. We'll see if the price starts to move on it. If it's just a wall or an actual sell they're looking to fill. So we will watch that as well as we go. So on this one, I'm looking for 79.5 cents. That's what I want to see. I want to see a push up over that 79.5 cents for entry with good volume. Of course, we'll flip through these charts and I'll give you more feedback as we go. But that's the most recent wick high area is what I'm looking at on the 1 and 5 minute. And then because we do have a lot of we do have a lot of room up to that $1.12. So those are the 2 areas I'm looking at. And this was one that was a top runner yesterday and immediately came down. So it's when we could get that really nice second push. This chart looks pretty clean for a push. Let me check what the fibs is before the market opens here. Okay, so we are sitting right at the golden fibs as well. Let me pop a line on. Here's our golden fibs, which we know we make gold, yellow. So that's kind of where we're hanging out right now. So actually that makes that chart a lot more interesting for me. And I really do like this chart. So let's watch and see what happens on these. And we'll flip to the SPY in a minute. Try to get a couple trades in there. This is, of course, the one we want to see over 24 with 100K volume, at least that first minute. We are already there on the volume, just 15 seconds into the hour. So that's a good step. There's our entry. With that entry, this 22.75 would probably be my lowest bottom right at this wick low area here. I kind of want to see us stay above that. And I'll give it a few cents, just a little breathing room. So about 22.60. Set for that stop on that one. BRDS is not doing much. We've got those 3 zones, of course, on this one. We're not really doing anything in between that. We didn't get anything else charted, just those 3. So we'll watch those for now. See if this one gets a nice push to it. It's I do want to pop on a couple of these bank stocks too. See what's going on here. So this SI is one I've been watching. We've been playing a lot lately. And I am pretty interested in. I like it above 210. Which is actually it popped to 210 right as we were talking here. So a secondary push above 210. I actually do like this one quite a bit. I do believe this bank stocks give us a lot of volatility every day. So again, the secondary push above 210 is where I would like that at. Let me check FRC. All right, FRC is another one that is uptrending here for the most part. Another break over, say 1525, 1425 is it looking interesting for this as well. So 1425 is FRC point I'm looking at with a hold of this trend line as our stop loss. SI, another break over 212 would be where I like that one. Let's go back to our top runners of the day. All right. So we took that nice strong golden fibs bounce around 71 cents and immediately popped for 10%. And BDRX here. That is what we wanted to see, is that hold and then the push. We didn't get that push over 79 cents, but we did get that nice golden fibs bounce on this one, and we're up about 10%. This one's hanging out right around that $24 mark. All right, so let's watch these, see if we get these bounce zones. So here's what we're talking about right here. So at this point, we have pulled back far enough where we're validated to take an entry above 0.1825. Above. Not yet. Above 0.1825 for our first scenario bounce. Remember, these green lines are bounce entries. So you want to see it dip below and then break above. All right. So it's not doing too much right now. We're going to stick on this one. We might get that strong break. This looks pretty strong for a secondary push. Really nice volume first minute. 374K volume. Oop, didn't mean to push that up. All right, so here we go. Let's see what happens here. We're still going to stick with that 0.1825. I don't want to pull that down because I want to make sure it's not a bull trap. I want us to push up 2/3 of that candle base right there too. So I'm not pulling it down any. OSCR is having a nice breakout, and this is one we didn't chart. So let's watch this one and we'll see what we got here. All right, so this one I would love to see a little bit of a pullback to right about this area here for an entry. We may not get that though. I do want to see a 2/3 of a candle pullback and then a secondary push. I'm looking at, we got a 10K 535 on the ask side. I'm going to see if the price starts shifting on that or it starts getting eat up at all. 10,995 at 535. Block sold below the ask. All right, it's getting eaten up there, and it should push if it eats that up pretty nicely here. So, all right, actually, I do like that entry at 531 here. Super high risk. Stop loss below this red line here. If we break back over that 535, I do like an entry here for a push. My stop loss would be, of course, right around this red here. Actually, I'd pull back. Oh, I'll pull that back a little bit to about $5 right there. Give about 7% stop loss here because I do think we come down, get a bounce and a secondary push up. That's what I'm watching for. on this breakout. All right, this one we're not able to break over our line here. Let's see if we get a secondary bounce off of our golden fibs with some volume, trading sideways on this one. Okay, so we did hit our entry, the 0.1825 here. We want to be very, very careful here, though, because that should be where we should have pushed back up and at least eaten up this candle to about this area here. And that didn't happen. So let's watch what happens over this next candle or two here on this one to make sure that we protect our entry if we took that entry. So again, my stop loss would be below about 17 cents if you took that 0.182 on this, well under a 10% stop loss. All right. There we go. Okay, so that entry we took here is starting to push some, kind of what we expected here. You probably got a little bit better entry than me. I like the 530, and we did pull back to around 522. And if you got that entry, you did hit about 3-4% up on a scalp. That's where you start to take profits immediately. I take 50% off the board of my trade, so it opens up my stop loss a little bit for break even. This one is got some really strong volume coming in as well. There's no stacking on the bid or the ask side. $6K on $8 isn't enough, or $5 isn't much to me. Nothing terrifying in my opinion here. So this looks like it's going to get that second chance to push up over that 80 cents we're looking for. And let's watch BRDX. Okay, so this one, this one's still trading sideways below. We didn't break up over that area for entry. This one's trading a little sideways. We had nothing exciting going on other than the OSCR at this point. If you're in this place, please stick on it. I'm going to pop on the SPY and see what we're doing here. All right. Well, immediately our put entry did give a couple a nice ability for a scalp here. For the puts, I like the 395, which is at $1.15 now. I'm not in the puts. I will let you know if I do take them. We're kind of hanging on this area here. And I always go one out of the money. So it'll be the 395 put, 396 calls at this point. And again, remember, if we start to push up, this is where after that bounce and we would push up, we would take those call entries. And these levels should be applicable for a good part of the day here. I'm not in calls or puts here again. I'll let you know if I take either. Guy's actually a little bit quiet right now, not doing too much of anything exciting. And what are you going to do, SPY? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You don't know yet, do you? All right. I'm not looking to jump into anything before confirmation. So I'm just still kind of just watching here. What other ones do I want to kind of look at? Watch coin. Coin actually opened up slightly green. Now it's red. Nice little consolidation on coin. This has been given really strong movement every day, so it's definitely one I've been watching. What's our FRC doing? FRC is coming close to entry here. I don't like the entry after these 5 candles in a row here. So that 1420 entry, I might wait and see what these next 2 candles do before I just blindly take that entry. Silvergate, we've got that 210 entry as well. We just popped over 213. We could get a nice little pop here. Both of these I really do like with tight stop losses. Again, tight stop losses on both of those. Oh, all right. Let's get back to SPY. I don't want to miss an entry. Yeah, it's in the beginning. If you rewind, you could see all the levels at the beginning. But for the most part, I'm looking at puts below, say, 395, and then the calls above 396.40. And then these are just these dotted red and green lines are like for support pickup. So we're coming close to call entry here. 396 at a buck 10 is the entry we're talking about. I will let you know when and if I'm in. Welcome for joining. Welcome if you're joining the first time. Jen, we're watching for SPY entry here, but we are not in yet. I will let you know if I take this entry. Just watching at the moment. But in general, I give entries for some of the top runners on the equity side, and then we'll give some SPY levels and look into another couple charts is for most part what we do every day. So welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, I've got them pulled up, ready to make a buy. I have not taken a buy. I have not taken a buy again. I have not taken a buy on these. We do have lower lows on the 5. I'm going to get rid of this box so we could see it cleaner here. A lot of indecision here. We're sitting very, very tight. In fact, you can make an argument for raising this entry up a little bit, just because it's such a tight, indecisive area we're in. Even on the put side, I'm going to lower this to about 395.15, 395.10. I really we don't want to get caught in this indecision. It's playing really tight exactly in this zone in between that bounce entry and our put entry. Oh, thank you, Godson. I believe I totally appreciate that. That's very kind. Appreciate it. All right, so we are hanging out right around that entry for FRC. Again, I want to see what the next couple candles do. Okay, so silver did push over that 210 and we hit 222 for about 5% on that trade. If that's one of the trades you're watching, I would scale out of a little bit. Me personally, that's what I would do. I cannot tell anyone else what to do, but me personally, I would scale out of that trade a little bit at this point. Take a little of your money off the table because it's very, very undecisive market right now. We're just trading sideways, and we're not wanting to jump in anything when we trade sideways, guys. And sorry, guys, I'm watching a few things at once. Just trading sideways, not too exciting here. Coinbase. All right, so Coinbase at that retest of impulsive break out of this area here. So I kind of do like a Coinbase calls and puts at certain levels here. That's kind of what I'm watching here. And then the calls, I like back up above this wick here. I think we get a second push and break back up over that. Yeah, SPY doesn't know what it wants to do. Super tight consolidation. There's nothing wrong with raising this up a little bit and just kind of getting rid of this for now. And then, keeping that lower a little bit. I want to see us break over that wick high area at least to take that entry. FRC, not doing too much. Let's check our trades here. Okay, so we did hit 82.5 cents here from our golden fibs. 70 cents is about 15%, a little bit more actually. BMEA is just kind of hanging out, trading a little sideways here. I like that $24 still as an entry. All right, so we never quite hit that entry. We never broke that candle above our entry. So let's see what happens here. It's just pretty much sell off, a little bit flat on some of these. We hit 567 from our 520 to 530 entry here, is about 5 to 8%. Again, so now we would look at this area for pickup for continuation right about here. Nothing too exciting this morning right now. I'm sure there's stuff I'm missing that is exciting, but as we're looking for live trades, I have to do it with the stuff we already have set up ready to go. So that's what we are doing. All right. Again, no calls, no puts on this. Same thing with coin, no calls, no puts. Trading a little sideways. Veil's blasting today. We jumped in those calls a little bit early last week. Got stopped out, and now it's starting to push. Boeing is pushing up pretty strongly here. Not touching that after that kind of push. And Netflix is looking like it's trying to set up some support. Netflix was one that we played yesterday off of our support zones and absolutely crushed it. What I was talking about that we do on Fridays, we took that bounce here and played for 150% right off our green bounce for calls, for call entries. So it worked out pretty well on that one. All right, so there is. So again, the calls are 396 at about $1.15. Hit our entry there. I will let you know when I start to scale. I bought 3. Sorry, I bought 3 at the breakout there. I will let you know when I start to scale out of some, if I start to scale out or in some. I want to see an immediate green candle again following this candle, or at least a bounce at our entry point. That's what we personally want to see. And then we do have our little uptrend line validation as well. So those are 3 we're watching kind of for our support pickup, as well as this is actually forming a little bit here, coming back to pre-market. If we break over this trend line here, we should get an impulsive candle. Super tight stops on these. I'm not playing this down to a 25% stop. I want to see it maintain this trend and hold in this area here. Or we'll take the loss. I have no problem taking the loss. It's not about win rate. It's about containing your losses, having small losses. What's coin doing? Looks like it's still trading sideways in that area. Yeah, this is super consolidated here. All right. Sorry, guys, just watching us trade at the moment. Only down a couple percent here. If we start to test, say below 395.30, that's when I'll consider getting out. I don't want to overreact and jump out just because we're a little bit red on the trade, because we do have some pretty strong resistance in this trend here. I should have scaled out of a couple immediately. It's okay though. It's not that big a deal. We're only down 8%. You have to be able to have your trends have show a little bit of red, especially if you're trading weekly contracts. It's critical that you're able to let it have a little bit of breathing room on this. However, there's a difference between breathing room and holding something to oblivion when it's a 0 DTE contract like we're playing. There we go. Let's get a couple strong candles and break up to our profit zone here. We're looking at. Really just kind of trading sideways here. I'm taking one contract off the table here, break even, just to reduce a little bit of my risk. Honestly, guys, I expect it to be an impulsive move that first half hour. Wanted to see a stronger move, like immediately. We want to see, I'm going to delete this line. We want to see an impulsive break over these wick highs within the next 90 seconds or so, or I don't believe we've got what it takes and we start to sell off. FYI. A lot of indecision here. Spread. We got a salt and pepper order book. And time and sales. Oh. So we need to see that strong move come in here. We want to see a little bit of volume. We've got this loss of volume here. We want to see some volume start to pop in here and get that impulsive push up. So I want to see our volume close in this area here, matching these wick high areas. Sorry, guys, I was drinking some water here. So we're going to trade sideways here. We're just kind of sitting in this trade a little bit. We will be patient and watch what's happening here. Again, these are day trades. These are scalps. Expect to be in and out within a few minutes with maybe one open runner. Like I said, kind of why I scaled out of one contract here. We're losing our volume. Super spread out order book. And just couldn't get that push we need. We need to get that push rather quickly here. But then again, we're not getting a lot of strong bearish movement either. But every time we're trying to make a stronger high, we're getting some rejection. And the last three pushes up, we did have higher wicks. And then this last one, when we tried to push back up again, it was a lower wick. So that to me is where it starts to indicate we might get flushed out. Because we broke that trend. Higher high, higher high, higher high, and then lower high. And our next pull back and push back up. But we also know how the SPY likes to behave. So we're just watching. A lot of indecision here. I want to see this. I want to see this candle push back up to about here immediately. This candle. Green push all the way back up. If we start to lose that wick low, I'm probably going to sell this position. And on to the next one. All right, this we want to see. We want to see that we want to see that engulfing. Let's at least put 2/3 of the way back up. There we go. Now we need to break these wick highs. Now we want to start that. We want to get back in that trend of those higher wicks. Because we've got this downtrend line now forming that we need to break out of. This line is kind of invalidated. There we go. We need those higher wicks though, and then we want to break that 396 pretty stinking quickly here. And it's a little boring. It's just SPY's trading really very sideways now, so we're just kind of watching it as it trades in this consolidated area here. So we're up about you're up about 10% on SI from our 210 entry. This is where I personally scale out of at least 75% of my trade at that point here. Coin looks like it's about to touch our entries. There we go. There's our impulsive push we wanted to see. I'm selling a contract here, even though it's only up about 4%. I don't care. I'm taking some profits off the table. I sold one break even, 3%, which is nothing, but it's just the way the charts are behaving right now. Super tight range. When we break off the air, remember that the 396.40 and then our 395.10. Those are areas I'm looking at, and it's not impulsively just getting to the calls. Remember that we're going to face a little bit of rejection and resistance at these points. So we're going to break out. We want to see a test and then the break. Second break, impulsive. Second break after the impulsive test for calls. Second break after the impulsive test for puts. That's what we're looking for. That's our calls and put areas. Again, we are uptrending overall. As you can see here, there we go. Get a little push. Let's pop our green line up top. That's what we need to see here. So about 10%, a little less, a little under 10%. We just hit 10% on that candle. If any of you guys got a better entry than me, you're up over 10%. There's never a bad time for a green trade to take profits, ever. Just want to remind everybody that we are not trading in the Discord at the end of the stream today. I'm staying a little longer on YouTube, but I'm not able to do the two separate streams. I don't want to start and stop for 15 to 20 minutes over there. I do have something that came up this morning I have to take care of. But you know me, I'll trade for 2 hours tomorrow. We'll do this. We always spend our time out live streaming. So now we're watching, this is the trend line I'm watching overall. And I expect us to hold, even if we break below it. So we had 10% on the table. Nothing exciting and earth shattering, but enough to really, at least take some profits off the table. This is a super, super tight consolidation here. We've got a do not touch zone clearly formed. And then the SPY, let's check the 15 real quick on the SPY. What's happening? Why isn't my chart pulling up? All right. So if you play, those trend-based breakouts and you play off that 15-minute candle, let's delete all our stuff here. All right. Seen it. All right. This is our first 15-minute candle of the day. So according to this, upside breakouts calls, downside breakouts puts. We'll check it tomorrow and see how many of those would have been successful from our first 15-minute candle. I know I personally like to make it just the body of the candle, not with the wicks included. I'm putting it with the wicks included today to give it a little bit more cushion. So if we were to play calls on the breakout and puts on the breakdown of the box of our first 15-minute candle, we will cross test that tomorrow morning before market opens when I go over the chart. And I mean, you talked about these SPY targets 375. Yeah, long term, I do think we can come down to 375 area. The longer we sit in consolidation between, say, 380 and 400 without an impulsive break to the bull side and testing, say, 20, the less likely we are in a risk rally and the less likely that low of 365 comes to fruition. There's a lot of things setting up that is trying to indicate a little bit of a bull run perhaps could be starting sometime soon, including one final rate hike and the ability for the stock market to contain risk rallies the last 2 to 3 months and not become overly bullish and cause the feds to have to interject and dump our market. So we like to see where we're at right now. We like this super consolidation on the daily. This really tight contained, 380 to 405 that we've been sitting in for a good part of a month and a half. So I agree with that though. I'm not going to say what my targets are until I see what happens between now and next FOMC. All right. So at this area here, we had our 10% on the table. If you didn't take it, obviously we need to, we're breaking the higher lows and higher highs that we maintained through all this. We just we had a lower high this last sell-off candle. So we need to watch right now and break back into that upper rectangle area here and break back up over this rectangle to maintain that. All right. check some of these day trades before we go. Well, this one you had 70 cents to 82 cents. Nice, like 15 to 16%. BRDS is just kind of hanging out. I mean, if you took this bounce here at that 16.5 cents, I mean, we're up to like 17.9, so we're about 10%, 8.5% from our bounce area here, and you more than likely didn't get into about 6.6169, so about 10% on that. 7%, excuse me. OSCR is now up to 594 from our 530 entry. You might have got 520. I got 530. So that's over 10%, 12% on OSCR. I meant the OSCAR. My baloney has a first name. All right, so we're watching this area here. This is kind of my area that I want to see for that bounce continuation, right about here. I don't want to see more than a 25% pullback. And I also want to watch that for the bounce right here. Still looks very, very strong. So we got, a nice 10 to 12% on the table with that, about 70 cents. Very nice, very nice. Check our other stocks. I don't think I charted anything else. Yeah, those were all the only ones we charted today. We'll pop back on our recently viewed, check the SPY, and let's see if we get a put entry here soon. It's picking up support and trying to come back up. This is just super tight consolidation here. We're down under 10% overall on those calls still. We're just in super tight consolidation. The charts really do not know what it wants to do right now. I'm watching the whole area. I'm going to back up a little bit. I want to look at this 15-minute. Got 3 red candles. We just flipped green on this third 15-minute candle since market open. A lot of consolidation, hammer candle, inverted hammer candle. Now we're sitting in a doji, almost like a hammer candle again. We really do not know. Base of the candle lower, all 15 minutes. We need to break up. Like I'd said a couple times, we need to break up over that 396 area to feel any sort of bullish sentiment going into the second half of the morning. We're a half hour in the market open. This is usually when we do get a kind of a decision of what the day wants to bring. And it doesn't know. The charts simply do not know. We're dead flat from where we opened up today. We are down a point from yesterday, obviously, and we shall see. We're picking right back up, picking up that support again. This is a very strong push this time. On very low volume reversal candle, high volume red candle, exhaustion candle, bounced right off this double top, right into a low volume reversal after it, and then even lower volume continuation candle. So if this candle could get some strong push on this lowish volume, if we start to get some volume coming in, we should get a very, very strong push to push that 396 again. All right, there's our strong push. All right, so let's see what happens here. Getting a little bit of rejection here. This is what the 4th chance to get out slightly profitable or break even. And we'll go from there. SPY does not know what it wants to do. I mean, that's just the reality of it. Let's see what coin's doing. So coin continued to sell off a little bit. If you took our put entry, you're probably up 5 to 10%. And we're getting a push back up. I'm interested in this coin here. You get really, really strong moves, really great paying contract prices on this. So it's one definitely strike my fancy. Google too. I actually ended up holding some puts from yesterday, and those are very, very nice right now. Here we go. Let's break. Come on. Come on. Let's touch our green box. I'm not getting off the air until we get some money, honey. Let's do this. Way too chill. Do I have to put on the pineapple? Oh, I don't even have my camera on because I didn't have my makeup done yet. Do I have to put on those pineapple sunglasses though? I mean, like, Jesus, people. This is just boring. Like, to me, it's boring. I'm a mover and a shaker with the trading. You guys know I'm doing 6, 7, 8 trades by now, and this SPY is just like holding us hostage. Let's get that impulsive candle break. Every stinking candle, wick top, wick top, wick top, wick top. I just don't know if we've got the oomph to do it. We need to do it now. We need to break in the next 60 seconds or we're not going to do it. Just like last time, we had to do it quick and where we weren't going to do it, and we did. We did it within 2 minutes. Pushed up. Broke that high. It needs to happen right now. We got some red peppering in, though. We got a lot of red. Time and sales here. Oh, there's some green. There's some push. All right. Come on. No, I announced it on the Discord and a couple times in the stream. Immortal Drug, there's not Discord trading today. I have to cut off early today, so I decided to do it exclusively here. I made an announcement in the chats and on the stream a couple times. I apologize about that. Oh, didn't mean to click that. Will be business as usual the rest of the week. You don't have to worry about that. All right, we're holding that 220 and so Silvergate just bounced right off our entry point again and is starting to push back up already about 5% here. This stock is behaving like it wants to blow that 230 to smithereens. I'm not suggesting entry here at the end of a 5 candle push like that into an impulsive candle. We want to see what this next candle does following this candle. I want to see pull back no further than right here. I want to keep this continuation going. We want to hit this area here, no further back. If you don't know why I'm drawing a line here, come check us out on the Discord. I'll teach you. I'll teach you all the little tips and tricks. And there we go. There we go. There's 10% to 12%. Once again, if it would have done this immediately, it would have been 30% because you know those 0 DTE theta killers are going to pull our chain and give us 15% instead of 30% because it had to take an extra half hour to get there. So, of course, but there's some profits. We're about 2 cents from our green line. That was our entry line. When we took the entry here, we took our entry way back here. If we would have got that clean push to our entry line within, say, 15 minutes instead of 30 minutes, we would have had 35% profit instead of 15% profit. But it took so stinking long to get there. We didn't get as good of profits, but we got the goal. We hit our goal, people. We got there. This SPY will not make a liar out of me. Not while I'm on YouTube, baby. Let's do this. All right, so we're sitting at that trend line now. So let me back up, show you what I'm looking at. We get a break over this trend line in our green box here, then we're getting quite bullish. If we get an impulsive push over 396.50, with a hold of 396 after that, we could get a second leg up in a little bit later. We do have higher highs across the board on the 5. Each candle, but then you put the 15 on it, looked very bearish till this candle. So, it's definitely some indecision. You pop that 15, it looked like we were coming down. with the hammer, and then the but if you're following trend, it did exactly what it should have done. So, all right, let's see that push. Let's get some more out of this. Right meow. You got it, Orange Slice-O. Right meow. Mm-hmm. Um, all right, there we go. I'm a little frustrated, but so Baba, everybody knows me, knows my swing trades usually do pretty stinking well on the option side, and we jumped the gun with Baba by 1 day. And we're going to talk about this a little bit since we're not popping on Discord, and I know a lot of you are Discord people. We've got that run going on Spy. We'll pop back, don't you worry. But this daily on Baba, I put out a Baba call alert right here on this candle. And of course, the next day we sold out just enough to stop us out at 20%. Those calls are up over 450%. This chart was a perfect setup. We knew it was coming. It was such a beautiful, beautiful entry. Excuse me. It was 6 weeks out and we bought here and we came down just enough to stop up and then when we popped. It's just very frustrating. It is what it is. That's why sometimes you got to spend that big money and get 6 months out, something like that. So there's about 20% here, 15 to 20%, buck 40, depending on your entry. About 15%. So I'm about to sneeze. Excuse me, guys. Ooh, I tried to mute. Sorry, hold on. All right, there we go. Sorry about that, guys. So I should scale out a little my Baba equity though. All right. Well, we are not trading in the Discord today. You guys have your levels here. So now we did break that 396.40 to 396.50. We want to see a hold at 396. All right. We want to hold this area here, guys, for that second push up. This is a kind of a pretty strong, and we'll give it, let's open up this box. We'll even give it a little bit more to our wicks. We want to see a hold here for that secondary push up because we're sitting at that major point of confluence here. It's really important to do that. So, unfortunately, we only got about 15% out of a call that we should have got 35% out of. But hey, the market didn't want to make up a decision today. It is what it is. And trying to think what else I got on that note. All right, we're pulling back a little bit here. All right, well, I have to hop out of here. I spent an extra half hour in here instead of flipping into Discord and doing half hour on each. I still wanted to give you guys some trades, some setups. Let's check all our equities. This one's just falling to oblivion. Oh, there we go. Okay, so our BMEA broke our $24 entry and we're up to $29.49. We're up 20%. I mean, these levels, I give you them for a reason, guys. And even if you took the bounce 20, no, I gave 24 level. I didn't get a bounce, give you a bounce level, but I did give that entry $24 and we're up at $29.49. So about $5 on entry, up about 20% right there. Beautiful. We got a trade out of that one. Love to see it. This one's not doing much for us. OSCR hit that 594. Depending on your entry, you should be up about 10-15%. So we got 20% plus on our BMEA, excuse me, with our $24 entry. We got 15% on OSCA. My Bologna has a first name. And on our SPY, we got screwed and got about 15% instead of getting our 35%. And I'm not happy about that, but I'll take 3 winning trades. I will. This looks like it's going to take our push and push back up. And we're going to wait and watch now, even though it's going to end the stream. Because if we break this wick high again, we should impulsively break and we should test 397 in the next little while here. It's starting to look kind of strong. Starting to look kind of strong. What else we got? What else we got? Y'all, I'll be here but tomorrow too. Anyone who's new, I want to explain a couple things. I'm here every day. I give you entries for equities. I take all the trades for options. Options like this SPY, I take it with you guys. Equities, it depends because I give you chart after chart after chart. I give you 3, 4, 5. Oh, and Silvergate, that was the other one. We hit 10% plus on that one. So I give you multiple entries. I don't want to miss sells. I want to be able to jump through charts and give you guys as much opportunity as makes sense. I give you multiple entries. Choose the one that makes sense. You have to watch your chart. I don't want anyone to miss their entries. But the option side, I take all the trades with you guys. We are here every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 15 minutes before market open. Here is the link for our Discord, discord.gg/pennyboys. Usually you see my shiny, happy face. You are not today. I've got some stuff going on today. I have to run out after this. I've been on the phone all morning, which is neither here nor there. It does not matter to you guys at all. But in the Discord as well, we do live trading. If you are interested in joining our premium, be sure to DM myself, Amajama0122, or OG Nikki, and we will help you out with that. And I think that's all I got. I'm going to bounce on out of here, guys. Watch that SPY. Love you all. See you next time. Peace out.